Charlie Brown. Oh, come on, Charlie Brown.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Akash. How are you?
I am great, Jeremy. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. I'm doing great. Fun catch up session right before this. We are recording probably about 5, 8 minutes from each other right now. Even though we have the Oh Hello pod and VOD is seen and listened to across the world, looking at the analytics and seeing some folks from Australia and Singapore and the UK. Someone in South America, thank you to that one person in Argentina or Brazil. But coming to us for the Oh Hello podcast, Akash, thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me. Oh,
Of
hello
course.
from Highland Park, as you said.
Oh Hello from Highland Park, Illinois. So, Akash, I know who you are. Why don't you go and tell our audience, who are you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I am, I think I'm a performance and brand marketer, which I
Nice.
think there's lots of good debate right now between the two. I grew up
There
in,
shouldn't be. There shouldn't be a debate between the two. And when you have that skill set of having the experience of both, to me, that's a double win. So keep on going, though. This is about you.
thank you. Yeah. Yeah. And I agree. There should be no debate. We're all here to make things happen, essentially. But I think another thing that is really important to me is being people first, and coaching and developing teams, and that's why I'm excited to be here and talk about this platform and talk about all the good stuff that we can do together. I think you're only able to do performance marketing well or brand marketing well if you have great people, and you got to find the great people, but then you got to keep the great people, and then you have to
All
coach
right.
the great people too, and give them great opportunities to be awesome. And that's hard. That's work, on the leader. And so I'm proud to say that that's a big piece of, what's made me successful today and hopefully successful tomorrow. So yeah,
Amazing.
what about that?
Amazing. So find, keep, coach. Those are the three key words that you're using right now to basically cultivate as a marketing executive, as someone who's well respected in our ecosystem. The people components they get overlooked way too often, which is a bit disheartening and part of the reason why we are starting ohhello.io. With that said, just knowing that you're a people first leader and someone that is so passionate about this industry, what defines you? Why don't you tell us a little bit more about just who we know that you're a dad, we know that you're a marketing executive, but tell us a little bit more about what you're going to be bringing to the Oh Hello community as one of our mentors, as one of our hellos.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that I think is a skill I've developed over time is active listening. It sounds simple, but can you be patient enough just to listen? A lot of times people, as they're going through issues, they need to verbalize it. They need to express it, right? And so my job is to say, I'm going to just literally sit here and be an active listener, but I'm processing what you're saying, and I'm trying to find an experience in my life or an experience from a mentor I had that maybe can help you. But I'm gonna shut up until you feel like it's time for me to help, and then when I can help, here's how I'll help you. And I think that takes discipline, and so I think that's one piece I definitely want to bring. The second piece I want to bring is that marketing is consistently changing. So all of our friends and colleagues who are coming up through marketing, I just want to help them understand that a lot of the things they're going through are probably pretty normal, because I think in a microcosm of just my world or a mentor's world, they may think, oh my gosh, this is there's a catastrophe here. But I promise you that probably hundreds of people in marketing have gone through that. It's dynamic, it's changing, it's fluid. That's part of the fun of it, but
What?
we have to be open to it to embrace it. We have to kind of flip it on its head and reframe it and say, you know what, like this thing was awesome for a year. Now it's maybe not so awesome, and so I'm going to reframe it to, oh, that means I got to go learn about something else, and figure out how awesome that thing can be. And once you reframe it, then you start to get excited about it. And it's okay to have probably a week where you're like, what the heck? Like, I used to miss the good old days. You know what I mean? That's totally fine. But then at some point, you have to reframe and kind of move on. So, active listening, reframing, those two things I think have been really helpful for me in my career. And so, hopefully, I can shed some light for others on those two things.
Those are two really impactful components of what makes someone a great leader is just shutting up and listening. As much as we all like hearing ourselves talk or not talk, when we learn the most and when we're able to give the best advice is when we shut our mouths. So I appreciate you pointing that out. And then also just the consistent innovation that takes place in our ecosystem. Like it's that's why it's fun, is that you can't always do the same thing twice. You have to be fast. You have to consistently move. What excites you the most about mentorship and just knowing that you've coached and mentored so many people within our ecosystem? Looking back, like what would you tell your 25-year-old self, your 20-year-old self, your 30-year-old self?
Yeah, I mean, I think what probably excites me the most is I probably didn't ask for enough help as a 25-year-old, right?
I
And I
love
think
that.
that's what's awesome about this platform. It's like, let's help. It's a big bad world out there. I know when I was around that age, I was living in New York City. Talk about a crazy place, 10 million people, whatever, how many ever live in Manhattan, I don't even know, but you're packed in. I'm a kid from, Illinois suburbs, trying to figure out, big old New York. I should have asked for more help. I mean, I did okay. I asked for help from those people around me, but oh hello expands your world. And I think there are people willing to offer a lot of help. And I think that's the number one thing. Ask. And you'd be surprised how many people are like, absolutely. Let's grab a cup of coffee on oh hello. Let's talk. Let's email. I'm surprised now. I think in the last 10 years, I've done a lot more of asking for different ideas and advice or just someone I can bounce ideas off of. So I think it's great. I think that's the key. As you're getting up there, ask some really good questions and see where they go. And I guarantee you people will be like, absolutely, would love to, share some ideas with you and just be here to listen to kind of some things that you're thinking about.
Love that you put it in the way in the perspective that you just did. That's the purpose of the platform is to create that bond and having the O's and the hellos, and hellos can be O's can be hellos. We all, no matter what stage we are, whether we're 25 or 45 or 65, being able to meet new people and get unbiased mentorship is so valuable. Love that you looking back, that's something that you wish you did more of. But guess what? You've got a long life ahead of you, so you'll have plenty of opportunities. Who are some folks that have had a big impact on you throughout your life, throughout your career,
Yeah.
and what kind of impact did they have?
Yeah, this is great. I'm going to start with my mom and dad, just really close to home. Good inspiration for me. They came here, they were able to establish some good stuff, raise. I've got a sister, so two crazy kids. Didn't know anybody here, and able to kind of figure it all out. And takes a lot of reframing, as we talked about. Every day and figuring out different opportunities takes a bit of fearlessness too, in terms of like, you know what? Yeah, sure. I'll move to the States with $50 and kind of figure it out when I get there.
Is that what they had? Did they have $50 when they came here?
Yeah, that's what my
Amazing,
dad says. I'm like, you're
amazing.
crazy, like, so,
Risk taker. That's amazing.
yeah, so it's a good story, there. And then, yeah, the other people, I've had some great bosses and I've just had people who were really good. I feel like thought like not thought partners but just good collaborators. And so
Toss us one or two.
yeah, I had a boss back when I was at a company called HSBC. His name was Curtis, and he had two things I loved. He was really bright, and then the other thing was he was so funny, right? And so what was great is like we had all this fun, when we were working on these really cool ideas. And he just taught me that like we can have fun. Like it's not, it's credit cards. It's not It's
Curtis
marketing.
Larkin, by chance?
Curtis Larkin. Yes.
I know him. He's a great dude. That's what a small world. And we did not rehearse any of this. I just know that he was there a while ago. That's amazing. He's a great guy.
Yeah, one of the best bosses I've had. And then the last thing I'll throw in there is like I studied English as an undergrad, so I'm a big reader still. I love English literature, and so I read Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wrote a book about John Wooden. I've read it twice actually now. I read it once, and I'll be guilty. I did the Audible book for the second time on my bike. Okay, so read it 1.5. I don't know how it works out, but anyway, I love both of them, and I just think that they're great examples. I just you can. I would encourage everybody to take a look at it. I was just say the one thing they talk about. It's not always about winning. It's about the effort you put in. It's about your principles, and they both have great insights on that. And I encourage everybody to look into that.
As a high spirited bench warmer, I completely agree. Completely agree. As a hello, you're going to be able to donate after each Oh Hello session to 40 plus different charities. What's a charity that's near and dear to your heart that's integrated within our platform?
Integrated into the platform. I've got to look at the platform. Sorry, Jeremy, but I do have a charity.
Yeah, just tell me a charity that's near and dear to your heart. That's what matters.
I am on the board of a local charity here in Lincolnshire, Illinois, and Riverwoods, Illinois. It's called the Center for Enriched Living. And I'll just do a 30-second promo here on this organization.
Sure.
It is for those who are intellectually or developmentally disabled. Illinois is ranked 48th at the bottom in serving these individuals. A lot of what happens for them is that there's not a lot of infrastructure in the state to help them. And so they might have cerebral palsy, they might have other disabilities. And this is a place that they can go and they can thrive. And it is amazing to be there. I was just there last Friday for 3 hours playing bingo, and we had a ball. We had a great time. So I encourage people to check that out. And I will be donating to one of the causes on Oh Hello very happily, because I love that part of the program.
Awesome. Well, Akash, it was so good to do this. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being one of our earliest mentors and on the platform from when we launch very, very soon. We appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody, for listening. See you soon, my friend.